Welcome to the Bee Circle, where faith meets purpose and you become all God designed you to be. Together, we're unlocking potential and walking boldly in His plan. Let's jump in.
Hello, welcome to the Bee Circle. We are so thrilled and delighted that you're joining us today. We are excited to come to you and share the good news of Jesus and maybe bring you a little bit of joy. That's what we want to do. We want to spark joy. Hey, how's the table today?
Good. Table's good.
Everybody's doing good. We got
Good.
Mama D back with us. We're so excited that
Glad to
she's
be back.
here.
Yeah.
And we got through the holidays. Everybody got through the holidays. We're back together to share the goodness of God. Everybody excited?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's jump in. All right. Some time ago, Tisha here, she's the fashion
blame it all
designer
on
of the
her.
group. But when I was doing something, she's always telling me about my clothes. So I had on flowers one day, and she informed me that flowers on clothes was not appropriate, that flowers belong in a pot.
Now listen, you asked my opinion. So I said you're too hip for flowers. You're too cute for that. Just my opinion.
So now, present company, now when I go shopping, it doesn't matter if I think it's the cutest thing in the world. If it has flowers on it, I avoid it because I don't want to be unhip. So I'm just wondering, before we get started, what about flowers, T?
She thinks flowers are okay. I'm like, if you can work it, then you can wear it. Not everybody can wear it.
Can't agree.
I mean, I think this is cute.
Me too.
You think
Except for the zipper.
you think but Tisha, you think it's ugly.
Well, what would
Yeah.
you have there instead of the
I'm
zipper?
sorry.
Nothing.
I
I just
just
have like a
Little
edge,
yeah.
like an edge, like nothing to like,
She don't want the zipper.
you know.
She doesn't want the zipper.
I don't like the zipper.
Well, I think
And
I look cute.
I think it looks cute on you.
You
but
didn't look cute.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't like the zipper.
You don't like the zipper. You just think it's ugly.
I just don't like flowers on clothes. I love flowers in pots. I know that sounds horrible,
So
but I just don't
who's-
like flowers on
Who's
clothes.
team flower on clothes at the table?
I used to
In
be,
moderation.
I-
In moderation.
I used to be.
Yeah.
Now, when I see it, Tisha told me that flowers go on grandmas.
Well, we are.
But
But
I'm
you're
not,
hip
I'm
grandma.
not like a granny, right?
You're
I-
hip
No,
grandma.
You know what? I don't think I look like a granny, but then when you go in and they say, "Would you like a senior discount?" I'm like, "Gosh, gone! I don't look as good as I think I do."
And there's perks to it.
If I
Yeah,
see
there
like
are
seniors
perks.
discount,
There
and I didn't have on flowers.
So see, there goes your argument.
No, she's still too hip for that.
Okay,
Can't
so then
change my
here's
mind.
the deal. Let me ask this question. So we're saying flowers or no?
No,
So-
no, we're not
No,
saying
we're not
flowers
saying
are
flowers
no.
are no. We're saying
I
flowers.
don't know what flowers did to Tisha, but I think flowers are okay. I think it depends on how many flowers and what flowers you're wearing and who it's on. I just think some people can bring it together. I'm not a hard no on it.
Me neither.
So
I
I
think
just-
if you're going to wear flowers, it has to go with everything else. There shouldn't be any other design.
Right.
Well, here's
Any
what
other.
I thought this the other day. I really like that, and I'll wear it when I'm not around Tish.
See?
Listen,
Just
See,
so
I
let
feel like
people
wear
you're
what you
traumatized.
want.
traumatized now. I don't know. I feel like you're traumatized now. I
I am
Yeah,
traumatized.
Clark,
Is it
caused her
trauma? You
trauma.
traumatized
but guess
me.
who calls me all the time? Can I wear this? I get text all the time.
Listen, we don't talk about personal business at this table.
Oh, okay.
We're just supposed to be encouraging the
Yes,
people to
yes.
okay. Well, let's do okay. So you say sometimes flowers are okay. You like flowers. You like flowers. I don't care for flowers anymore because Tisha's opinion has traumatized me. But we still love each other. So maybe
right.
we could roll this into I don't agree with T about flowers. T don't agree with me about flowers. We sure don't agree with Tish. So how can we disagree but still walk in love?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Can we?
Well, I think we look for the positive because I wouldn't necessarily, if I didn't like the flowers, I could say, I really like the colors in that jacket.
Oh,
So we
okay.
could find the positive, in a situation or in what they look
Right.
for, because we've got to look for something
positive instead of drawing a negative attention.
Right.
Well, and then if we go to Ephesians 4, it says, make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace with right relationships. Okay. That does not mean we have to agree
Right.
on
Right.
everything.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And disagreement doesn't mean a personal attack either.
Absolutely.
Right. It's not a personal attack. We don't have to fall out about it. I mean, I can laugh at that. And there's just some things I think we just get way too worked up about.
Way true.
Way too worked up, way too offended about, when I was like, so you think this is ugly? No, I don't think it's ugly. I don't like it. Okay.
Right.
I'm still rock it though.
Absolutely.
So,
Right.
we're good.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right.
Well, think about it. We can vehement, how do you say that word? Vehemently?
That's it.
Vehement. We don't know, but we know what you mean.
I think you had it.
I can't get
And
no
then she
help
messed
around
it
this
up.
table. I had it right, and then what is it? How does it, Julie?
I don't know now because I'm fortunate.
Vehemently.
Vehemently, I can vehemently disagree with my husband, but still love him fierce.
Right.
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 No weirdness, no ugly. No, I'm not going to block him
Right.
and
Right.
unfollow him
Right.
Right.
because we have a disagreement.
Right.
Right.
When we have to block people and get weird, then we are definitely in our flesh and we're not walking in the life of the Spirit
Right.
that God would have us walk in, because Jesus broke peace down. He said, let's break down every wall between the Jew and the Gentile so we can bear one another's burdens in love with lowliness of spirit, gentleness.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the ability as Christians
Right.
to disagree about the flowers, but still love fiercely,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, absolutely.
But sorry.
Nope,
Pastor
you go
Julie,
right ahead.
But in our society, people do that though, we don't agree, so let me just
Right.
move away from this relationship, this friendship, the cut it off culture, and so
That's good.
I think we have to be careful with that, because just like that, we don't agree on it, but we're still walking in ministry together.
Yes.
We're still loving each other. Like, that one thing doesn't change the relationship as
define
the
that, yeah.
whole.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And you got to change your thinking about that. You've got to go back to the word and you got to know, hey, we disagree about this, but we're still going to walk together, accomplish. Now I can't even talk right. Say the word for me.
Accomplish.
Yes, that's the one. What God wants us to do. We can honor each other even when we disagree.
Well, absolutely. And sometimes our views need to be challenged a little bit.
Right.
I mean, if I'm hanging around people that only agree with me, I'm not growing.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
True.
Mhm.
And then I think we can also pull the love test on ourselves from Matthew 5, where it says, love your enemies. And I think when we can still love each other and disagree, that proves that God is in us.
Absolutely.
And the world knows us by our love and our treatment of one another.
Mhm.
It doesn't know us. God don't know us by our church attendance or our tithing.
Right.
But the Bible says that love bears.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to call that bear flaws. You might have some flaws, but I have the ability to love your bear flaws.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
And that's the same way around the table right now. We don't like flowers, but T does. That's okay.
Right.
We love each other.
Right.
So we can still bear. So to me and Tish, the flowers might be a flaw, but we can still bear that flaw
Absolutely.
because we love one another.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't want to be in a relationship where everyone agrees with me.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I don't
Yeah.
want you to agree with me about everything.
Right.
There's times I'm going to need to be challenged. My perspective's
right.
going to need to be
Mhm.
challenged. My
Absolutely.
opinions are going to need to be challenged. Sometimes we get so comfortable in the way we do things and how we do things that we have these blinders on.
That's right.
And people with difference of opinions, different perspective, they help take those blinders off a little bit.
Yeah.
And so that's okay. You need that in your life.
Yeah.
You need that. I don't want you to agree with me. I'd rather you be honest with me first than agree with me.
Right. Right. Because when differences open up dialogue.
Yeah.
Right.
Opens up conversation and communication. But if we focus on the flower and how much we dislike the flower, it cuts off.
It narrows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
narrows.
does.
That's a good way.
That's
It
good.
narrows communication and dialogue between people. If we all got upset because Tish doesn't like flowers and had an attitude, there would be conversations we couldn't have.
That's right.
Because we're focused on, well, she doesn't like flowers and I do. but I love her. I just know she won't wear flowers. I will never buy her anything with a flower on it.
Right.
So
You know?
And
then what
that's
we have to
good.
say is we can disagree, but don't let it divide.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I know our disagree spot, then we just need to love each other through that disagreement.
Right.
I don't think it means that we can't bring up a subject
Absolutely.
because Julie don't agree with that subject. I
Mhm.
think it just means we got to have the grace for one another to know, I know what I'm saying, Ju, you might not agree with,
Right.
but just hear me.
Yep. Yep.
And the love that you have, the love of God on
Right.
inside of you will say, sure, I can hear that and keep moving.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I mean, if what you disagree with me on, if what we disagree on is not going to send us to hell,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. And I always say that this isn't a heaven hell issue.
Right.
I just don't agree with it. That's not how I would look at it. That's not how I will handle it. But this isn't heaven or hell issue. We can have peace.
Right.
Mhm.
But when you said about the conversation, missed the conversation, I remember I went to someone about something and they were giving me instruction and mentoring me about some things. And they said something that I disagreed with in that moment. And I shut down and I stopped listening to them and I'm looking at them. And I'm not hearing nothing
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
said
Yeah.
because I disagreed with that comment they made. I felt like it was a personal attack against me. And I went home that night and the Lord spoke to me and said, you needed to hear what she was saying. And if you think about it, she was right.
Mm.
And she was. But in that moment, I disagreed and I
Right.
shut down and I didn't receive the
Mm.
wisdom I needed, the understanding I
Yeah.
needed.
That's good,
Yeah.
T.
And it blew me away.
Yeah.
When the Lord checked me later, it's like, you needed to hear what she had to say.
And you know, we do need to hear
Yeah.
others' opinions.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we need to line it up to the Word of God.
Right.
But, you know, I know that some of my biggest growth has come from being at tables that I didn't necessarily see eye to eye with.
Right.
Mhm.
And what it taught me was God has grace
Mhm.
for all these things. And a lot of times it's just like what you said. If we really, a lot of times we disagree because of things that we've been, it's things that we've been taught our first truths.
Right.
Right.
Those first truths get in the way.
Right.
So we're like, no, but I wasn't taught that way. Well, maybe we need to stretch and
Mhm.
find out if what we're hearing goes along with the Word of God, and it might grow us.
Right.
Right.
Right. For sure. For sure. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one sometimes because I have walked through the shutting down of people, you
Right
know.
too.
But if you
Yeah.
don't got, if you're not, we're not. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like, and I'm gonna say this on air. I'm gonna say right. I feel like that I've done that recently in conversations with you guys. We had and something was said that I didn't like, and I shut down for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to, it's not like, oh, you learn it, you realize it, and it's
Right.
always going to be okay. It's
Right.
something you got to be mindful of all the time.
Yep,
Absolutely.
you do. And so one of the thoughts I had was, let's focus on the person and not the opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's-
You know what I'm saying? We need to show that we care more about the individual
Yeah.
than winning the argument.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, what difference does it matter if Tish likes or doesn't like flowers? That shouldn't affect my life, my wardrobe at all.
Well, she might not sit next to you if you have flowers on, but
Whatever.
Girl, she's sitting next to me because we got to keep her in line.
no, absolutely though. You're so right.
And then what about listen to each other and understand our why.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here's my why. Don't just keep waiting to counter, because when I think I have to counter you all the time, that builds empathy.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's listen,
Mhm.
because there's going to be some truth in what we hear, and then we can always stand on truth.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you heard what she said she didn't want you to wear them because she wanted you to look better in her eyes.
Yeah.
Her reasoning wasn't, I hate flowers. Her reasoning was, I want you to look better. So even,
Make sure I didn't look old.
right. So even her reasoning was in love. And sometimes we miss that because when we correct each other, correct our children, correct, we're not doing that necessarily to cut them down or destroy them,
Right.
but we're trying to love them
Yeah.
so that they will be loved.
Yeah.
Right.
And boy, receiving criticism is something we've got to grow up into.
Yeah. I think
Absolutely.
T said one time in a previous podcast that we don't want the accountability. We want to be right.
Oh, that
So
was, yeah. I
yeah. So
remember
when
that
we're
was
in
so good.
those, like we shut people down because we don't want to hear what they have to
Right.
say. We want our opinion.
You know,
Yeah.
when you're ministering from the pulpit and you say something, you can tell the people that shut down.
Right. You can see it.
And once they shut down, the truth is they're not going to hear anything else you
Mm-mm.
say.
Mm-mm.
And that's why it's so important that we find common ground.
Absolutely.
That's why I've got in this day that we're living in, because you know how people shut down. I've got to the place to where I share with my husband now, this is what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that I could tweak? Not change the meaning,
Right.
not change the accountability,
But the
not change
delivery.
the word, but the delivery.
Right.
Can I change this up a little bit
Right.
Yeah.
to where that it might be more received? Like finding a common ground,
Right.
you know, and starting conversations from areas of shared goals or values.
Yeah, I think you can reach just about anybody. And I'm not, and like you said, you don't compromise, you don't change. But I always think of like the package you present it,
Yeah.
how you present it.
Absolutely.
You know, it has to be, you have to know your audience, know who you're speaking to, know what friend or what mentor or what family member you're talking to. And then you have to present it in a way that they're going to hear what you're and
Absolutely.
understand what you're saying.
And they might not be hearing you and your opinion on it because they've got a first truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it goes. My grandma did it. My mama did it.
Mhm.
My auntie did it. This is how I do it. And they're not going to change that
Mhm.
because that's what's been
Right.
established.
That's good.
Right.
Even if it's wrong,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if it's been established. So sometimes through love and through peace and through bearing one another's burdens, if people watch you long enough, they could eventually be like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if they know your character and your heart, and I always tell people when they come say, can I ask you, a question, or what do you think about this? And I know that I'm not going to agree with them. I say, hear my heart in this.
Mhm.
When I say this, hear my heart. If you know I'm coming from a place of love,
Right.
you know me, Tish, you know me, Julie, you know me, PA, Donita. If we haven't have a serious talk or if we haven't have a disagreement, I'm not coming for you.
Right. That's
That's
good.
good.
That's
build
good.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
that.
I release out of my mouth is not to come for you, it's to build you.
Right.
I
You-
like that.
You may not like
I need a pen.
how
to
that's
write
going to
that
look.
down.
I know. I think I'm going to start another note page.
I'm writing that down. Because you know what? When I have a disagreement with my husband, I'm saying, now, baby, I'm not coming for you. And to hear me out, I'm not coming for you.
I love the expression.
I'm not coming for you. Thank you, producer.
not
I'm
coming for
writing
you.
that down. I love that.
I'm
That's
just,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
It's from a place of love.
It's from a place of
help me
love.
to understand.
Right.
Or I don't see it that way. This is what I hear. This is what I see.
That is so good.
Yeah.
So we're not coming for you when it comes to the flowers.
I know.
Because
But
that's
are
what
you-
I
It's
felt.
okay.
Are you coming for
Felt like
us?
that at first.
But are
That's
you
what I was
yeah,
saying.
for
Oh.
us?
But you asked me fashion advice, so I'm going to tell my truth. I know you don't like that, but I'm going to say what I think.
From your
So,
perspective,
my
yes. That's
perspective,
Yes.
you know?
Your perspective.
And-
My
Yeah.
perspective. So don't ask me if you don't want to know. It's how
Now,
I
I
feel.
agree with you on that. I feel strong about that. Don't ask me if you want to know. But I'm going to tell you the no in love.
Exactly.
I'm not coming for you and I ain't trying to hurt you. But you did ask.
Well,
And guess what? She always looks so cute.
She does.
Ephesians 4, let's get back to the word. Ephesians 4 talks about the bond of peace.
Yes.
And that word in the Greek is EIREN. And it means a bond of peace.
Yes.
A bond.
For
So
sure.
if we tie it to disagreeing in love, what it means is handle the situation hard with wisdom,
Right.
bear flaws and all, shine light on the situation, but no, we're staying in God's peace.
That's right. Yep.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm staying in God's peace. And if my opinion of the flowers is going to send you, because sometimes people can get in a bad place
Mm-hmm.
over a flowered shirt if
Right.
you're carnal.
Right.
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 And that's why it's so important that we stay in the spirit, even concerning the flowers on somebody's shirt.
Right.
Because if they think that we are judging their flowers, they're not receiving.
Right.
Boom, they shut down.
Right. And what do the people around see? when you act that way, when you're in, I don't like your shirt, and people are watching the interaction, how we handle that together also influences people around us, and then they form opinions, and then their communication and stuff. We got to be mindful. I had Ephesians 2 down, but I also had John when it talks about you love one another will prove to the world that you're my disciples.
my
So
disciples.
how we handle interactions with other people is going to show other people,
Yeah.
how we, so yeah, I mean, it all boils down to just walking and talking and being like Jesus.
I remember one time, Brother A. Allen, my dad always went to his meetings and God was good to him. He sat on the platform, Brother Allen. And one time, Brother Allen had been ministering, and a woman come up out of the audience after service, and she said, Brother Allen, I don't like your tie. He goes, okay. And he goes, what don't you like about her? And she said, it's just too long. And so he reached under the desk, pulled out a pair of scissors, and he said, here, sis, won't you cut this tie to suit your likes? And I would have never done it, but the woman took Brother Allen's tie and cut it off. Handed him back the scissors. She goes, oh, that looks really nice. Brother Allen took those scissors and looked at them, clicked them together, and he said, sis, your tongue's too long.
Well,
Now
that puts it in perspective.
That put it in perspective, and I guarantee you, she didn't stick out her tongue.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that to say we can't do things like that nowadays,
Right.
No.
Because society as a whole lives in a state of offense,
Yeah. it's
and
true.
that's why we need God to help us to be so transparent with one another that we could say boldly to Tish, we know you don't like flowers, but we do, so we're wearing them. Put your glasses on or do something, but this is what I'm wearing.
Absolutely.
And
Or take
Tish
them
is
out,
gonna be
glasses
like,
off so you can't see it.
yeah, and Tish is going to be like, well, you just wear your flowers then, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to.
Right.
That's like we could sit around the table right now and we could talk about movies. And you guys could say, I like this movie, I like this movie. Well, I could sit here and be thinking, oh, I would never watch that movie.
Right.
Oh my God, do you know what was in that movie? Do you know the words that were in that movie? That doesn't mean I don't love you.
Absolutely.
Just because I got a different standard
Mhm.
or
Right.
different like
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
than you, that does not mean, because we all have different likes. All of our houses are different.
Yep.
Right.
But we go to each other's houses and we enjoy each other's houses.
Absolutely. Yep.
And a lot of times we go to each other's houses and we see something we like and we go home and we copy it, don't we?
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Just because I didn't like your bedspread doesn't mean I don't like the wall hanging.
Right.
Right.
I know. I went down when
Or
I
the
was in the
curtains.
basement last night. I walked because I wanted to look at what you had done with the wall, and I was like, "Oh, I kind of like that." And then I was looking at your little scones lamp thingies down.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I could do that for the lights in my bathroom." And I'm like looking at all this stuff, but we do
You didn't
that.
like everything.
But I didn't. There were things I don't like.
That's right. You
You
didn't
know,
like everything, but you still love me.
absolutely.
And we got to get to the place, especially in 2026, where we can come up on people, disagree fierce, but love fierce.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the key. Yeah, yeah.
Fierce.
Love's
Love
be greater.
fierce.
Yep. Let
Let the love of God be shed abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Bear you one another's burdens.
Yeah.
That means flaws and all.
Flaws and all.
You got some bare flaws, I'm going to bear with you. I
Yeah.
got some bare flaws, please bear with me.
Right.
Please, because I don't do everything right. I don't talk right. I don't respond right. I don't react right all the time.
Me either.
But I still need to be loved.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that says a lot about a person's character, though, when they can see that in themselves.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I need to change that. I need to fix that. I need to work on that. I need to be diligently aware of,
Yeah.
So that they change it.
So what's your thoughts? Flowers on a dress or flowers in a pot? Email us
Yeah.
at
let
the
us
B
know.
Circle
Yeah, let
Let
us
me know.
know.
at gmail.com. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
Can we wear flowers on our clothes like our beautiful tea?
Mm-hmm.
Or do flowers need to be in a pot like what Tisha says?
Well, I have
We
a
want to
question.
know what the audience thinks about
We
all
do.
this.
But I have a question for Tish. What about flowers on pillows and bedding and draperies? All that's a no too?
That's a no too?
Not for me, it is.
What about when you go to the nail place and they go, I put design on for you. You want flowers?
No,
So this flower, no for you.
no, I wouldn't do it. I'm telling you, I love plants and flowers. You'll come to my house, and I've got vines and stuff everywhere, but I just don't like them on things.
So
So
when you see someone walk in,
Because we need to know.
am I
We
meddling?
need to
Am I
know.
meddling now?
Inquiring minds.
When someone walks in with a flower in their hair or a big flower in their
Oh,
shirt,
Jesus.
What are you thinking?
Take that off. Can we add some bling or can we add some, like,
But what if they're not blingy? What if they're not a blingy person?
can we add cheetah print? Can we add any other kind of print? I don't know.
It just
but
can't be a flower.
I just don't like flowers on things.
So they can only be in pots or the ground.
Yeah. Or like in a vase on my table.
Oh, we can have them in a vase on the table?
Yeah, that part's okay. Myself personally, they have to be real. But that's just
a
me.
whole nother topic.
That's-
Real
yeah.
flowers are fake.
Or fake flowers?
so wait, we need to
I'm a
talk
fake
about
flowers.
that.
Fake flowers all day, every day.
Yeah, she don't want to mess with it. I like real roses, so I get them a lot and put them in an arrangement, or hydrangeas and put them in an arrangement.
Yeah.
But flowers anywhere else in my house, I may dust those once or twice a year.
So now when I'm around you,
Come on,
We're
T.
going to not be able to see it now.
I'm not coming for you.
You still got to
Hear
love
her
me.
heart.
Hear her heart.
Her heart.
now when I'm around, two things.
Me
I
or
feel-
her?
No, two things.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna purposely wear some flower things just to annoy you.
Yeah. The disappointer. Yeah.
Annoy.
Go right ahead.
But when someone else walks in the room with it on, first thing I'm gonna do is look at you.
It'll never be
We're
the
all-
same.
Because we do that now anyway.
Right,
You guys know
right.
we do that. We have certain things we talk about.
Right.
When we see it, we're all
Like-
looking at each other. We're like, did you see that? You know?
We're like,
Fine.
It's
It's
out
fine.
there
You
now.
know what? We love you. Thank you.
Yes.
For viewing, for watching,
Yes.
for listening on all of the platforms. We are so grateful that you follow us. You don't have to, but you do. And we're so appreciative. And listen, if there's a disagreement in your life over anything, it's not worth it to keep it. Let it go and find something else in that person that you can love.
Yes.
You might not love their flowers or the way their voice sounds or something like that, but there's something, if God's on the inside of you and He's working in you and He lives in you, you can find something to love about everybody.
Yes.
amen.
Because if you're born again, the God of love dwells on the inside of you. So we are encouraging you today. If you don't like flowers, don't wear flowers. If you like flowers, wear flowers. If you don't like polka dots, don't wear them. If you like them, wear them. But do what God would have you to do. Be all that He's called you to be. And we're going to see you right back here next time with flowers.
Thanks for watching this week's broadcast of The Bee Circle, sponsored by Faith Builders House of Miracles. If you would like more information about The Bee Circle, the ladies of The Bee Circle, or how you can partner with us, simply visit fbhom.church/The Bee Circle for more information and ways to connect with us. Remember to be all that God has called you to be. See you next week.